Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. And we continue on the topic of priesthood as we are redeeming the altar of fasting and prayer. Remember the pattern that Peter tells us in 1 Peter chapter 2. In verse 3, it tells us that we are a holy priesthood. That is the first one. And then, not in verse 5, he tells us we are a holy priesthood. In verse 9, he tells us we are a royal priesthood. A royal priesthood to proclaim his virtues. We are a royal priesthood for a reason. It is in Ephesians chapter 2 where the Bible tells us that we are the workmanship of the Lord, created for excellent work before the foundation of the earth. It's important for us to remember these things because all in all, it is not enough to live a consecrated life without doing the will of the Father. For good works, in verse 10 of Ephesians 2, he created and prepared us beforehand. Your consecration is for a purpose, and that purpose is so that you may do the will of the Father. It is, I think, is it in Luke chapter 4, or is it John? But let's see John. Yeah, it should be John. Let's look in John chapter 14. We read the last time in John chapter 14 that the Lord ends that passage to say that he has come just to do the will of the Father. In John 4, the Bible, Jesus says that my food is to do the will of the one who sent me and to complete his work. We are on earth not unto ourselves, but for the Lord. To do works, good works, that he has prepared for us before the foundation of the earth. A consecrated life unto the Lord is a life dedicated and devoted unto God in offering sacrifices unto him and in doing the good works that he has called us to do. And the attitude we are to adopt is exactly the same as what Jesus adopted. He said, my food is to do the work of the Lord, to do the work of my Father, to complete the work for which he sent me to do. He wants us to do it the right way, not out of selfish ambition, not out of self-interest, not to promote ourselves. The focus should not be about us. The focus should be about him. Unless you have come to a place where your life is consecrated unto the Lord, by dying to self daily and being joined to the Lord, denying yourself, living for Christ, having your focus on Jesus and not on yourself, you will never be able to do the works of the Lord motivated by God. You will do the work of the Lord motivated by self, because the focus is on you. And so the Lord is calling us to a place where we do his work, his will, motivated by him, for him, not for ourselves, for his glory. The reason why we should do what we do is so that Christ may be glorified. It is in John chapter 15 where the Lord said, you didn't appoint yourself. I appointed you to bear fruit and much fruit, so that my Father may be glorified. The reason why we do what we do is so that our works may reflect and reveal the glory of God, the goodness and the greatness of our Father. That should be our motivation. That's our reason for existing, to reflect and reveal the glory of God in everything that we do. And this is the second part that we will be focusing on, looking at doing the good works motivated not by self, but motivated to bring glory to the Father. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm looking forward to spend time with you tomorrow. Goodbye.